Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgiemon and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Chainsaw Man chapter 129. So, what did I think about this week's chapter? I thought this chapter was great. I thought this chapter really gave us a lot of insight in Yara and Asu's relationship at the current time, because you get to see a lot of, conflict between the two of them. And you also got to see a lot of action and some comedy. So in typical Fujimoto fashion, it was another solid chapter. Now, before I get any farther, I just wanted to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my Chainsaw Man anime and manga content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into this week's chapter. So this week's chapter picks up where we left off last chapter, which is pretty much Denji being confronted by the imposter Chainsaw Man. And what we see is that pretty much what happens is Asa, she regains her consciousness and she's like, 2 Chainsaw Man. It's like, what is this? And pretty much Denji, he leaves pretty much the door that was being, they were entrapped in hell. He gets out of it because you see that he's actually being attacked by one of the Falling Devil's dinners, pretty much, one of those weird devil creature things. And you see all these tentacle things start attacking Denji, and, Denji's just in the run because, it's not looking good for them. And eventually Denji, he's exhausted. He falls to the floor, and pretty much what happens is Yoru, she talks to Asa and is like, listen, he's in the floor. Like, this is your chance. Kill him right now. And Asa's like, what? And Yoru's pretty much like, you won't have to deal with me any farther, and this will be the end of all of it. You'll go back to your old self. Just take care of Chainsaw Man. Like, and you see Asa start realizing, like, she starts like, am I gonna go through with this? And Yoru starts getting mad. She's like, are you serious? And what you see after that is pretty much Yoru just, kind of snap at Asa and being like, I always tell you to do something, you do the complete opposite. I thought me and you were, I thought I understood you, but I guess not. And then Asa's just like quiet, and then she just grabs a rock and freaking slams her own hand. And then Yoru was like, what are you doing? And then, she gives blood to Chainsaw Man, like Denji, to regain his strength, because right now, Denji, he's been through it, he's tired and he needs blood. And she gives him some blood, and Yoru, is pissed off. She's like, really? You're gonna give my mortal enemy, you're gonna bring him back to life? Like, that's what you're really gonna do? And Asa's just like, shut up, dude. Like, I just realized something came in my mind right now, and that realization is that, what, if somebody as disgusting, as gross as Chainsaw Man, can live, then maybe life isn't so bad. Maybe I should start, like, looking at the purpose in life. Like, and that whole scene was pretty funny just for the fact that she still hates Chainsaw Man. She just thinks she thinks Chainsaw Man is the absolute worst being in existence. She thinks he's nasty. She thinks he's a pervert. She thinks that he's just the worst. Like, this dude just sucks, pretty much. And I think that's funny that, she goes as far as to say that, if somebody as trash as him, is happy about living, maybe I should just, like, look at the good in life and, live for myself. And I thought that whole thing was pretty funny. Now, continuing from that, we see that pretty much one of the tentacles begins to attack Asa. And, Asa just kind of screams out, like, please, Chainsaw Man, save me. And the next thing you see is Denji just grab her and, he just rescues her. And from there on, Denji's on the run. She's like, and then Denji's like, I don't know if I can save you, but I'll try, I guess. And he just keeps running. And what we see is that pretty much he just keeps jumping building to building. And I just want to take a moment to, like, really appreciate Fujimoto's art, because this whole sequence of him, running away from this devil, I thought it was, executed perfectly. I thought it was very, like, the way that he put the panels, and the way that, he really demonstrated how, this chasing is. It really felt cinematic. And, if you know anything about Fujimoto, he loves cinema. So I thought that whole sequence of him running away was pretty entertaining and a lot of fun to, read. And I just wanted to give some props to Fujimoto for that. And pretty much continuing from that, we see that he keeps running away, and eventually he stumbles, like, upon a biker lady. And, she's riding her bike, and then Asa's like, hey, Chainsaw Man, like, there, take that bike. And then she's like, well, what? Like, I'm not gonna do that, dude. You're a thief. Like, that's terrible. I would never steal from a woman. Like, what? I would never go that low. And Asa's like, okay, fine. How about that other person? That guy, it seems like a guy. So what about that? And you just see Denji saying, yes, that's fine by me. Like, he's just like, yeah, and he just kicks the living crap out of this guy. He gets sent flying, and the guy's like, what the heck? Like, and he just grabs the bike and starts, riding the bike. And Denji throughout it all is just telling Asa like, I don't know how to drive this. And eventually, Asa just goes super motorcycle chainsaw man, and you just see this big chainsaw man, like super rad looking vehicle, and it looks like something straight up from like Doom or something like that. It looks crazy. It's just a motorcycle with a big chainsaw. So that was sick. That's how the chapter ends. Pretty much it ends with Denji riding this monstrosity of a motorcycle, and it's insane. It looks crazy, and that's pretty much the end of the chapter. Like, this chapter felt really short, but it was filled with a lot of goodness, because we got to see a lot of development between Asa and Yoru. But we see that Asa's she's no longer gonna let Yoru take over and just do whatever she wants. Like, and if I had to guess why, because you might be asking, like, why didn't just Yoru take over Asa and just kill Denji right there on the spot? Well, if you remember, both of them are linked. So pretty much whatever Asa is feeling, Yoru will feel as well, and vice versa. So I'm assuming, if I had to guess, that Asa's inner thoughts and her emotions towards Chainsaw Man have changed, and she doesn't feel like killing him. And she also did say, like, well, we need him to save us. And I'm sure that that's an excuse to some extent, because I'm sure that she also, deep down inside, maybe at the very deep, depth of her inner psyche, she does care about Chainsaw Man, even though she thinks he's just the absolute worst human being in the world. Now, as for the Falling Devil, I think she might be defeated. Who knows? We wasn't really clear. I mean, we just saw the fake Chainsaw Man take care of her, and if she was defeated, then I mean, I guess they're just running away and like trying to get out of this situation. But if I had to guess, I think this is not the end. I think that what might happen is that the other devils are still going to be, getting out of the hell and attacking Denji, because we know the Nostradamus, prophecy, it's bound to happen soon. But if I had to guess, probably, I think we might see a devil, that big tentacle devil thing that was attacking them. They might be confronting that, or either that, or they're just gonna, fight the Falling Devil. Who knows? Now, as for what might happen in the next chapter, I think that we might see some Yoshida action, because it's been a couple of chapters since we've seen him. I believe the last time we saw him was during the Nostradamus, the prophecy. So I'm sure that we're gonna see Yoshida hopefully, intervene and help them out, because right now it's not looking so good for, Denji and Asa. I mean, Denji was wounded and he's tired, and he did drink some of Asa's blood to regain his strength, and he has also this sick bike that Asa made for him. So I'm sure they seem like they're doing just fine, but it wouldn't be too bad to have some help from Yoshida. Plus Yoshida, he and Fami have something going on right now, and hey, who knows, maybe even Nayuta joins in the battle, because she did tell Denji, like, go out there and fight. And maybe if Denji's having a really rough time, maybe she'll go in and help Denji, because we know that she loves Denji, and she really looks after him in that sense. So I'm sure that if it looks really tiresome for Denji and he's about to die, I'm sure that she will step in and help Denji out. But with that being said, what did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was alright? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Chainsaw Man anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.